So I was thinking for tonight that we would show some different ideas with survival gear. And let me do some screen shares so that everybody can see what I'm looking at.
All right.
Okay, so here we have in this picture, this guy decided to, in his survival gear, you can tell what's most important. He has, and actually, honestly, I'm thinking this is not like a long-term loadout gear. I'm thinking this is like a 72-hour loadout gear. He's got his primary, secondary, and a backup. His primary would be his AR, his secondary would be his sidearm, and his backup would be his shotgun. He has several different mags, which is good and a plus. He's got his MREs. He's got his camelback. He's got ammo cans, his Kevlar helmet, his vest, his loadout bag, his ham radios, and he has, and I can't make the image any bigger, sorry, handcuffs. And handcuffs are usually used for people that he comes across that are aggressors. Oh, I see he's also got a first aid kit behind his ammo bags. I mean, sorry, his ammo can. So this tells me he's only ready for a 72-hour. What do you think, Radar?
I'm thinking less than that because he doesn't have enough food to last him 72 hours.
Well, you're not really supposed to eat anything the first 24 hours that you're out. You know, I mean, that's kind of rule of thumb. A lot of people don't know that. You're just basically getting to where you need to be, and you're hydrating yourself. But you don't rely on your food right away. You want to wait at least, until you're to that point of a 24-hour span, a period of time, and then start relying on what you have and ration that out throughout. You're not sure what the time frame is going to be. So this should give you enough to get yourself where you need to be, and shelter, water, fire, which he doesn't really show you all of what's in his bob, like his fire starting stuff, but this is just a quick loadout.
Right.
Okay, you have something?
Yes, I do. Pulling it up. I have a spool of paracord.
And what do you do with paracord?
Paracord, you can do an amazing amount of things. You can help tie a shelter together. You can take it apart, like the inside threads, and you can make a fishing line with it, tie them together, save longer. You could... I'm drawing a blank.
They also have some kind of paracord that's called firewire. It has a red piece of material on the inside where you can peel it back and use that and fray to start your fires with. They have certain amount of poundage pressure so that you can even use it to kind of tie off and sustain some of your weight if you need be. If you have to climb down a small hill, I wouldn't use it for rappelling, but in a pinch it'll do that as well. You can use paracord for multitudes of things, long lists of it. All you have to do is reach out and look that up as far as resources, what can be done survival wise with paracord. Paracord should be in everyone's bug out gear. All preppers, everyone who's a survivalist, everyone should have paracord in their gear.
I agree. The more I use it, the more uses I find for it.
Oh,
yeah, it's not just for bracelets.
Yeah.
You can do so much with it. It's a must.
Okay, Hawkeye, you got one?
I have a nice little hatchet and knife set with a multi-tool. Can you see it?
Yep.
Comes in this little carrying bag.
It looks like you have a fixed blade, a folding blade, a
Blade.
multi-tool, and then a axe or a hatchet.
Small little hatchet. Good for starting fires and cutting stuff up. Get a lot of use out of this fixed blade knife, especially if it's got a full tang in it.
Right.
Multi-tool, you can do a lot of things with that. Repairs and stuff like that. Grab a hold of things.
Wish you
Then,
could freeze your screen.
and then
Hello?
the folding knife you have in your pocket for a backup, just in case something happens.
Well, something else you could use the multi-tool for, the pliers. If you had a hot pan or pot over the fire, you could use your multi-tool in order to take it off the fire without burning yourself.
Right. There's like little saws on them. Some have scissors. I have like 2 different types or 3 different types of Leathermans, and they go in different bags. I have one's in my bug out bag, one's on my rig for my person, and then I even have one in my EDC bag in my car. So each one serves a different purpose. Some have, like I said, scissors, tweezers, screwdrivers, files, the pliers, like you were saying. They're awesome tools.
They are, most definitely.
I would,
When
I
they,
would definitely have one in my bug out gear. Okay, I have another one. Now this guy, he if you notice, he bought a lot of his stuff, and this is good, but a lot of people tend to get those pre-made kits, and they're pre-made in a general sense. They're not really for the person as an individual, because everybody has individual needs. I'm a female. I have a different need than you will. You being a guy, So, but he has a lot of things that I'm noticing that I have in my bag. I've got those gloves. I've got a K-bar. I've got those masks. I've got that cup. Oh, and he's got the folding saw. Hawkeye has that. A shovel. He does have the poncho and a tube tent, and then see, that's the things that I like looking at other people's gear so that I can see where I have holes in my gear, and that's the purpose of this segment, is just to show an example of what everyone has in their loadout gear. I can see he's got his purifying water tabs.
and also, if I say correctly, that water bottle filters
Yes,
as you drink.
yes. The only thing I'm really seeing he's lacking here is that, and of course he's got his books, but his first aid kit's kind of lacking, don't you think? I mean, it just seems like a pre-bought kit doesn't really handle a broad spectrum of things. It looks more like a Band-Aids type first aid kit.
I'm not even saying it.
All the way against the wall to the left, the orange one.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
I would shy away from those faster than anything.
exactly. Now,
Because, especially because the products you get inside it are typically next to junk. Like the Band-Aids are the type you would stick on.
and they
And
come
I
right
mean,
off.
yeah, because you're out, you're working, you're
Right,
trying to stay alive, you're not trying to keep your Band-Aid on.
exactly. He does have a slingshot, I see. That's good for small game, rabbit, whatever. That's all the way to the right.
Yep.
I I see he's got a radio, but it doesn't really look like it's a hand crank. I could be wrong.
It's got a folding stove. That's
Mm-hmm.
good.
Yeah, I did see that.
It's hard to see.
Yeah, I can't make it bigger, sorry. But this just gives you an idea of some of the things that he has and some holes that he needs to fill in. And the cool thing is he has a couple things that I like. I don't have the poncho. I don't have a tube tent. I have an actual sleep system, a military spec sleep system, in some Mylar bags. But I don't like the sewing kit. I kind of put mine together. Fishing, I have a fishing kit. I put that together, and I really don't see that kind of stuff. He has a fire starter kit. I see that. And that mask is only good for one use, so he's going to need several. But of course, that could be just to show you that he has them.
Right. I do like the fact he's got heavy-duty gloves,
Mm-hmm.
and I do not like the fact that his emergency bivvy, which is right below the water bottle, is bright orange.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to give yourself away. I mean, it depends on your situation. I mean, but it's just like them stupid plastic whistles they give you. Now, what in the Sam Hill are you going to use a plastic whistle for?
Right.
I mean, I guess if you're still in a civilian, things are still, I guess, not so that you need to hide and, conceal yourself. But and then maybe you need that. It's like, a whistle to say, "Here I am, I need help."
Right. Right.
But we never have that mindset. We are self-sufficient, and that's our mindset, to take care of ourselves and our family. So we don't rely on anybody else for help. But I guess in an instance you would need it. Same thing with like a little small pocket mirror. If you're a part of a group or a unit and you don't want to give away your location, but yet at the same time you can use that to signal somebody in your group without, being noisy, that's always a plus too. So it just gives you ideas, You have something else, Radar?
I like the duct tape. It's directly below his bob
Mm-hmm.
to the left. I like how it's compressed, not like a big roll.
Yeah, you're trying to keep everything. You want to carry as much as possible, but you want to do it in a very small package, and
Right.
less weight, and less weight. And sometimes you have to learn to compromise and sacrifice and prioritize things. So,
Right.
all right, you have anything else you want to share?
This is something I would like to get, and that is a small pair of powerful binoculars. Because, to be honest, my eyesight isn't the best in the world. I wear
Right.
glasses, and distance is what I have a difficulty seeing. So, for me, binoculars would be a perfect fit in my bob to be able to see far off threats, possibly see water, um, issues coming up along the road, maybe raiders or unruly other people.
Yeah, I like to even one up that. They have binoculars now. I mean, I know sometimes price is a consideration, but they have night vision built into it so that you just switch a button. You're in night vision or you're in day vision. And they make it really nice.
Okay,
But that is a plus. That is definitely a plus for your bug out gear.
definitely.
Hawkeye, you have anything else?
You got a fire starter and a mirror in the one in the upper right or left corner. A fishing kit. That was nice. A small first aid medical kit. Uh, rope and razor blades. A fishing kit for a can opener and a water purification. And then a cable saw and, of course, a whistle. Because, you'll use that a lot. Call the dog.
And see, they're come in small, compact little containers.
Yeah, you can pack him up and
you can make your own too. You don't, they make small,
oh yeah,
small pill containers. You can make your own. But that's nifty.
store that in your bag and it'll be all out of the road. You want to take up a lot of room.
Now, do you have that link you can send me for that? Because I think I'll put that in the Dropbox below also for those, because this is kind of handy if you look at them. You have one that has a cross that tells you that's your first aid. You have one that's hooks, that's for fishing. They each have their own avatar icon on the front to tell you which one is in what's in what, which makes it nice and convenient.
I'll get it. Hold on.
Thank you. Let's see. I think I have. Oh God, my connection was reset. Am I still on?
Yes,
Okay.
you're still on.
So I didn't want to leave out the pet owners because it's always good to keep them included. I mean, you know, for those that need to bug out and they have pets, regardless the size, I'm sure they make different sizes for different size dogs. This just happens to be a shepherd. You can put what they need in those pockets, or extra overflow for you or your kids. So it's always good to include them too. And they make these packs for different size dogs, different colors. As you see, he's got that shine bright on it, so if a light hits it, it's going to reflect off of it. But
that would not be good in a situation where you're trying to keep hidden.
Exactly. For concealment purposes, that probably is not a good idea.
Or the red, because that's not necessarily a natural color.
Exactly. But I'm sure they have blues or something that's more subdued, and that's the big ticket. You want everything you get not to be loud and proud. You want everything to be subdued and blends, things that blend into your natural surroundings. I know a few guys in our group who painted some of their gear, like their rigs. They would take leaves from their yard because that's part of their natural surroundings, and that's the type of leaf from where he's at, and they used colors of the foliage. And you can get the camo paint from Walmart or anywhere. And they used those leaves and made a camo pattern on their loadout gear so that would blend in better with their environment or their location. Like some people are in Arizona, they wouldn't wear our colors because our colors are more for our national forests and stuff, where they're more dry, open range, dirt, sand, whatever areas. Those type colors.
Right.
Okay, do you have something else?
Yes, I do. Trying to pull it up. Zip ties. They can be either used instead of paracord as a more permanent kind of fixture. Like if your bag is falling apart and you just need a way to keep it together real quick, this would be perfect. And if they're long enough, then you could use them as makeshift handcuffs. That's right.
Exactly.
Uh-oh.
They make different types of zip ties. They have ones that have the metal in them. Those would probably, I think they're called corded zip ties. Those would be the ones that I would more or less prefer to carry in my bag. And of course, they make them in different sizes for whatever reasons. But I think the corded ones with the wire in them are a lot more stronger.
Well, after time, those zip ties get brittle. They will, and they would be easy to break if you're using them to hold something up. The ones with the metal in them, if you want to handcuff somebody up, those would be perfect. It'd be hard for them to break out of. Little cooking utensils. There's a fire starter.
Back off. It's a little
spork.
There you go.
Water bottle, and then the base, cooking base, and then the cup you can use for a pot to cook in.
What's that?
In that convenient carrying case.
What's that green thing on the right-hand side?
A spork.
No. Beside that.
Fire starter.
Okay, I couldn't really see it. Well, that's nifty. No, when you get close, it blurs out. Okay.
And if I remember this one in particular correctly, the canteen fits in the cup. The cup fits in the thing you set
Fire
the cup.
starter or the fire base.
Yes, thank you. And all that fits in the
In
case.
that bag. Yep.
Right.
Right. So everything fits into itself to give you space and room.
Yep.
Pretty nifty, I must say.
Yep.
Okay, let me see. I have something here. Okay. This is a running gear, and it has your utility belt built into it with Molly. You can put all your mag pouches on there, whatever. I mean, and I like this one because you can affix all kinds of things to it. If you choose to run something like this that doesn't have like your AR plates, like mine, I don't have a running rig, and I'd like to get one, and I like the duty belt to it, because it just gives you more agile movement, that you can do more, move more. But as far as protection, and of course you see he's got his sidearm in there as well. So yeah, he's got the duty belt, the pistol is in there, probably a mag light, all these extra mags. This rig is a really cool running rig. Coyote Tan, not a fan. I'm just not a fan of Coyote Tan, but that's good for agile movement. As far as something on the lines of self-protection as an armor, like a 500 plate in a carrier, I have that, and that's what I run with. But there's times where I don't want to, have to run with that because it's added weight. You've got 2 plates weigh 8 pounds apiece, and of course I have the flat plates. I'm not a fan of those. I like the curved plates and the cutouts. But you get what you got. So run with it. But I think this running gear is pretty cool. It basically does its job if you're just going to be like, say, a routine, security detail or something like that for your unit or your group. It gives you your bare, everything you need in it. Okay, you got something else, Radar?
Yep. I have a folding shovel or I believe it's called an A-trench tool, and this would be real good to have. Well, because it folds up rather small, and it digs holes, and you never know when you need to dig a hole.
And it's got that perforated edge too, so if you have to not really cut something, but chop like small twigs or something with it, it's.
Right, right.
And I think everyone should carry one of these. I know they're military issue. They all had them. We have one as well. That's a definite plus to have in your gear.
You got to dig you a pooper hole.
Dig the latrines.
No, that's you have your cat hole with a smaller folding trowel versus the full-out shovel, because the smaller hole would be less obvious to find if you were trying to evade detection.
And whether that be true, I'm not carrying both. I will carry one because I'm really worried about how much I got on my person. But needless to say, they're both good things to have.
The small folding trowel is not that big. I mean, as you can tell, it's barely as big as my hand, and it locks in place, and it's really sturdy in my opinion, and works rather well. It also comes with a carry case it fits in, and has a belt loop. I have a carabiner or D-ring on it, so I can just hook it on to my bob and leave it exposed in case I need it.
Exactly, and that's cool. I have something. Can you see it?
Okay?
Can you see it up there?
Yeah.
This is a 60-liter tactical combination type backpack. And of course, it's the different kind of, like, to me, it looks more like an army green. But it has your fanny pack, your side pack. I mean, it seems to be well constructed. And this would be okay for a quick bob or a 72-hour job. I think, let me see if I can change the different pictures of it. Can you see that?
Yes,
The screen share is pretty cool.
it
Now,
is.
the only thing I don't really see on here is a place, and you probably can makeshift it like my bag, because my bag isn't like this. But you could probably affix your camelback on there somewhere. So
Right.
I have to show my bag. I showed it in an earlier show. The next time we run down through gear, I'll pull out my personal gear so people can get an idea. My bag's way bigger than this, although it doesn't have all these nice little side pouches, side bags. And it has a place, it has Molly. It has a place for everything.
Right.
So, but I just wanted to show this bag as an idea of something that's a good, quick 72-hour bag.
All
Or
right.
maybe even a little longer. I wouldn't think this would, because it doesn't have a frame, therefore it's not going to be comfortable long-term hike or walk or whatever, but this will get you where you need to go A to B for at least 72 hours.
But for as big as it is, the price point is pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
And if you get a frame with the bag, the price goes up.
Oh, well, that's a gimme. That's a
Right.
gimme.
Well, in case for those people that aren't aware and haven't priced bags before.
Exactly. But this gives you an idea.
Yep.
So, and there you have it for our gear. Next time, like I said, we'll go through and I'll pull out some of my personal stuff, and that way everybody can get an idea from a female's perspective of exactly, what I carry. It might be different from what guys carry, which I can guarantee you it is. A lot of stuff will be similar, but some things will be geared for females. What you got over there, Hawkeye?
Takedown bow.
Well, that's interesting.
Not a very good picture because it's a YouTube, but you can see how it works.
Can you back off a little bit? There you go. So it folds up, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it folds up, take the string off, fold it up, put it in your pack. It's made of aluminum.
All right.
You use it to do some hunting with.
Or in the case that you're attempting to protect yourself, that would be good as well.
Yeah, as long as it's not close up and personal.
Right.
When you have a bow, you definitely don't want them to be up on you.
Right.
But
As
that's a really cool idea right there. Okay, and I guess we could call that a wrap, eh?
Yeah, man.